Good morning, Village. Some of you have been, I think, a little bit worried for us because we haven't been posting as many videos lately. I promise we have plenty to talk about, we just don't have the time. So once again, I am going to be doing a quick update on a specific topic while I get ready for work. So today, what I want to talk about is something that's kind of been coming up every week for us now, which is sibling visits. For Miss A and her family, they do get time all together as a family. Then they also have 2 hours a week where they get together with just the siblings because her and her siblings are split into different homes. And while that isn't ideal, at this point, and what you'll find with foster care is that any disruption for the child is going to have an impact on them. So even though right now they're separated, the thought is that even if there was a home that could take all 4 of them, that would be a disruption for all of the kids. And so for that reason, they are going to be staying in the homes that they're in, as far as we know at this time. So just like generally speaking, they are not together, and that is typical of foster care. It's hard to get a home that has enough space and that's able to take in all the different ages. If you are a home that can do that, that is amazing. That's exactly what the system needs to keep these siblings together. The court, because of that, the court has mandated that the siblings get together for 2 hours every week. And they don't really put any other information, and it's up to us to figure out what's going on. And unfortunately, it is very difficult to coordinate with 4 different families, when and where for these kids to get together. And it's been actually causing a lot of problems. For one thing, because of the timing of everything, it's typical that after a family visit, we go ahead and have them have their sibling time. But because of the day and the time, there's really not a lot for them to be doing. And so it's not fun. And as Miss A says, she really wants to she wants to make memories with her siblings. And we can't do that every week because while some of the families can afford to do something fun, everything pretty much costs money, especially now that we're getting into the colder times. We've done the library, we've done, the park. We're limited with the time, location, all of those things. Also, not to mention that her and her siblings are different ages. So what's fun for one kid is not going to necessarily be fun for another. And we've even offered to just have them all hang out at our house because that's kind of the things that are the most normal for them, is just to kind of hang out and be kids and, goof around. But because we live so far away from some of the other families, that's not something that they have agreed to do. So we're kind of stuck in this situation where we've been trying to find, places, times, all that. And it hasn't really been working. So I brought this up to the caseworker, who's the caseworker for all of the kids, and Miss A was there and we talked about it, and I explained the problems that we've been having. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that, some of the caregivers of her siblings, aren't being timely, so they'll show up late. Which is less time that sibling has with the others. And also they will just drop off a kid and have the other caregivers watching them, which sometimes that's fine, that's understandable, but it's happening more frequently. And the communication is not really there. So, I don't mind, watching the other kids, but I need to know when and where you're picking them up and all the other things that kind of go along with that. For that reason, we are moving. Oh, and one of the kiddos this past visit, I think like a visit ago, they all got together to see Maleficent. So it was a visit where we actually did spend a little bit of money. So we can't do that too often, but they all got together and you know, we have a group chat of all the caregivers, and so we had established like, hey, we're gonna meet this day, this time, this theater. Everybody gave the okay. And the next thing, you know, I was just texting, you know, it was 2 or 3 days later, texting, hey, I'm in the lobby. And I guess one of the caregivers wasn't sure if we were for sure going to see the movie, even though we all had agreed. And so because there wasn't any text in between, they kind of blamed it on me that I had not texted to confirm again that we were all going to be there. So what that did was have one of Miss A's siblings, you know, coming to me and saying, why didn't you text us? And kind of blaming me for the fact that she missed half of the movie and all that time with her siblings. So that's the kind of thing that can't happen. So between the different schedules, you know, people being late, the coordination, all of that, we talked to the caseworker, and what's going to happen is she's going to put in a request to have the sibling visits be at a specific day and time at the center that basically has like different rooms and activities and games. You know, while that isn't a great option because it's not like they're out and about in the community, it does give them that time together without their parents so that they can just be kids. And you know, drop off and pick up is monitored, everything is monitored, and you know, the caregivers can then go ahead and schedule for, you know, once a month doing something really fun, like going to the museum or going to see a movie or hanging out at the park or a jump park or all those other things. So if it's just once a month, I think it's more doable for some of the other caregivers to afford those types of events. But those requests take time. So even though the request is gonna go in realistically maybe this week, it could be months before that actually starts. So we're still kind of trying to work out with the other caregivers what we're gonna be doing with, you know, when and where to get these kids together. So it's definitely a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of time. You know, the amount of time we have to worry about what's happening and trying to connect with the different, you know, the different people, getting everybody together. It's a lot of work. So that is something that is something to consider when you have you know, kiddos come into your home. Most of them are going to have siblings. And, you know, if they're being split up, there's going to be efforts made to coordinate. And so you just have to kind of take that into account. So what else is going on? We are going to be showing you guys our new intro video. J. Paul and Christy are finishing that up and it's about to release. We actually saw the first draft and they just had to make some minor tweaks to it. So later this week, you are going to be able to see the new intro video, and then we're also planning to have a video come out on kind of like the top reasons to foster teens, because that's something that we've kind of grown into, and it's something that we're now pretty familiar with, and it's something that I don't think a lot of people know enough about, and there are so many teenage kids that are in need of homes. We want to spend a good amount of time talking about that. We also hope to have a live show either this week or next week because we want to answer some of those quick questions from you guys. So be on the lookout for that. We absolutely loved the first live show that we did, and it's been way too long since we've done it. So yeah, we'll be scheduling that. So look for that. I don't know exactly how that works, but I think once we schedule it, for those of you who are subscribed, so make sure you're subscribed. I think you'll get like an alert that that a live show has been scheduled. So also you can follow us on Instagram. Even though we aren't posting as many videos, I am trying to keep up with Instagram and put out some stories about what we're doing. So you can follow us at @BeTheVillage_Insta, and all of that information can be found in the description. So thanks for watching. We hope to see you guys soon at the live show, and be on the lookout for all of our new videos that are about to be coming out. All right, bye.